questions? Joe Varden, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin. Ever since the NBA season started and you guys got together in Brooklyn with such a good team, I know you've been saying that it's all so much about just playing basketball and hooping and whatnot. But you do have you have a couple of big records that you could get as with Team USA. You could become the all-time leading scorer, things like that. Go down as maybe the greatest to ever play for the American team. Does any of that matter to you? Have you thought about any of that kind of stuff as you get ready for these Olympics?
Nah, records are meant to be broken, and people calling you the greatest, that's all opinions, I can't concern myself with that. It's about how I come to work every day.
Thank you. We'll go next to Samuel Rodriguez.
Hey, Kevin. This is Samuel Rodriguez at New Stitch Media. You guys are facing a strong France team in a couple of days. Can you speak a little bit about how you guys have been preparing for that game? And then can you speak a little bit about the three players coming in and the impact they'll have?
Yeah, France is a well-oiled machine. They've been playing together since they were kids, so they know each other, and a lot of NBA players in that team. And we've been focusing on us and see how we can see what our identity is through training camp in Vegas and our first practice here in Japan. So it's all about us, but we understand how talented these teams are and how good their chemistry are. So we're looking forward to the challenge and adding three guys, two champions, newly crowned champions, and another guy who's been on that stage and knows what all about at winning big games, on playing in big games. So add that IQ. Three of those guys with high IQ to the team is going to help.
Thank you. Paul Gant, you're up, and then we'll go to Brian Lewis.
Kevin, I hope all is well. So you guys lost your first two games, and then you came back, you beat Argentina, you beat Spain. Do you feel like your team is coming together right now?
Yeah, I feel like we're understanding what coach wants from us on both ends of the floor. I feel like guys get more comfortable with each other and their roles on the team, and that's only going to go well for us as we start to play real games. So it was good to kind of get a punch in the mouth early on to remind us that it's not going to be a cakewalk. And, so many people are used to Team USA coming in and blowing everybody out. So it was good for us to see that. And hopefully those are the last losses.
Thank you.
Brian Lewis, you're up, and then we'll go to Tim Reynolds.
Hey, Kevin. How you doing? This is twofold. One, as you guys are practicing, your numbers are obviously down. You don't have even remotely a full squad. Just how different is it to practice with, numbers down like you have? And secondly, watching, Drew and Chris and the Bucks, close the finals out. Considering you guys pushed them harder than anybody else did in the postseason, do you catch your mind going a little bit to, what if? Considering how well you guys played against them and the injuries that you had.
I think we got a lot of guys that, we anticipated this with guys being out, and COVID might have interrupted some of our practice schedules. So we got guys here, Josh Majette, Cam Reynolds, guys like that can fill in and help us in practice. So those guys are coming in and doing a great job for us. But not really. You played no more victories. You only want to be the last team standing in the NBA Finals. In the playoffs. So we understand how good we are, and our goal wasn't just to push the Bucks. The goal was to win it, but unfortunately we didn't. But congrats to the Bucks, an amazing team who fought through a lot these last few years to get to this point. So nothing but respect for them.
Thank you, Tim Reynolds. You're up, and then Gary Washburn will be next.
Kevin, good morning, good evening, whatever it is. you've obviously, you know what it's like. You know what that feeling is like to win an NBA title. Obviously, you've never gone 3 days later from one of those to the Olympics, but even when you win one, what does the experience take out of you? And do you have any sense of how hard it's going to be for Devin and Drew and Chris to sort of change gears to something this big this quickly?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be an adjustment, you know, just a quick turnaround. But those guys knew what they were getting themselves into when they committed to it a few weeks back. I think most of the guys may have committed in the Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals. So it's been a few weeks of them understanding what this journey is and knowing that you got an extra couple of weeks added on to your postseason now. And you know, we're looking forward to those guys coming, but we understand that it'll take a while to get their legs back under them and, you know, come down from off their high to the finals. So, but we're just looking forward to incorporating them. But you know, we can't wait to have them around.
Thank you.
Gary Washburn, you're up, and then Joe Bardone.
Hey, Kevin, what's the impact of not having family and friends there? And also, I know you weren't in the bubble, but early in the season, you didn't play in front of fans. How is that going to be, considering obviously you played in fans toward the last 2/3 of the season in the NBA and during the playoffs, but now you're going to where you're going to be playing in empty arenas again?
Well, it is what it is. You know, we got to focus in on the job at hand. We wish fans can come watch us play, but that's out of our control. So we got to go out there and play. We know our family and friends are watching us and supporting us, and everybody back in America is well. So with that in the back of our minds, it's going to give us an extra.
Hey, Kevin, how did you guys watch the finals today, and what was that like? Did you have a rooting interest, you know, knowing that if the finals were to end, then those guys could get incorporated quicker and anything like that?
Thank you. Next up, we'll go with Chloe Morrell.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you for your time. I just wanted to know how you personally are feeling. Are you feeling ready for what's coming? And with all the adversity you guys have already come up against, how will you lead on court?
Yeah, I just through my actions, just going through every rep as hard as I can. And if I see something, I try to tell my teammates about it. Just have an open conversation, open communication with everybody on the team, every coach, every player. And that's always been the approach for me. And I think that works the best for me individually. And I know guys bring their own different style of leadership to the team. And all of it is needed. You know, we got guys who've been through and experienced so much in this league. So as much as we can communicate with each other, the better. But for the most part, Coach Pop is our leader. We follow him, and the players fall in line after that. and come in and work hard, extremely hard every day. And that's just really, really what it is here.
Got time for 2 questions. We'll go next to Akiko and then to Dan Moriarty of CNN.
Hi, Kevin. Level of because of the level of the basketball in the world getting so high, this Olympic gonna be. Do you think this Olympic gonna be more difficult than previous one?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of them are difficult. I think every team wants to beat us. Everybody wants to see us lose. So every game has a little bit more pressure to it. And a lot of guys dropped out, a lot of, circumstances. And I'm sure other teams seeing us lose and feel confident coming into the tournament. But we understand what we're getting ourselves into. And we're looking forward to the challenge.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Dan, you're up next.
Thanks, Kevin. This will be your 3rd Olympics. You've already won 2 gold medals. How different will this Olympic experience be? And what were some of the challenges just getting here to Tokyo?
I think the hoops will be the same. I mean, just differences, the city that we in and some of the players. But I think the overall game itself is it's going to be what it is, similar to the last few times I played. But I don't think it was difficult getting over here. I think, not having Zach on the trip, we was all on edge about his next test, and it's luckily that he got through protocols and he can come join us again. I think that was the only thing we were worried about. Outside of that, USA basketball has made this experience so easy for all of us, and especially throughout the circumstances of COVID, especially here in Japan where cases have risen. So I think USA basketball is keeping us safe as they could, providing us with the best places to stay, best food. It's been amazing so far.
Kevin, we got one more question and then we're done. Go ahead, Brian Lewis.
Hey, Kevin. For many of us, it sounded like you were muted when you were answering Joe's question about if you could drill back down on it, whether you had a rooting interest and how you guys watched the finals. And
Oh yeah. Oh, y'all didn't hear me?
Yeah.
Most of us couldn't hear.
Good, because I
Looked
said
like a good answer.
Yeah, it was. Of course we didn't have any rooting interest. I mean, we wasn't in here cheering for either team. I mean, we enjoy the game of basketball for how it's played, and we know that's the highest level of basketball being played in our league at this time. So most guys just wanted to see a good game, but you play against these teams and you know these players, and you got respect for guys, especially guys that's on the bench, guys as starters. You know these guys personally, and to see a couple of friends become champions today was cool. That experience doesn't happen for just anybody. So you respect those guys that have been through that journey, and then you see a young team like Phoenix, who everybody been counting them out for the last 5 or 6 years, and now they make themselves into a contender. And I feel like it'll be a contender going forward in the West. It was good to see, and then Milwaukee forming somewhat of a dynasty with that team. I know it's the first chip, and I know a lot of people call you a dynasty after a few, but the continuity of that team is something that's impressive, and how they continue to keep building and adding, and now they're champions now. So you can appreciate that. But at the end of the day, you no rooting interest for nobody.